Welcome to our channel. In this session, we are going to discuss about introduction to CSS, and at the same time, we also covered the different ways that we apply CSS to your web page. First of all, what CSS stands for? CSS, the full form is Cascading Style Sheets. The simple sense, by using HTML, you are creating the web page, and by using CSS you can format the layout of the web page. That is how a web page looks like. CSS can control the color of the page, font, sizes, space between the elements, simply how different elements are placed in the web page. That is controlled by using CSS. Remember, CSS is not only control a single web page, it can control the layout of multiple pages at a time. Okay, this is the CSS purpose. Now, these are the different versions of CSS. Anyway, the first version is invented in the year 1996, followed by version 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Now it is going on, followed by Bootstrap, LESS, SAS. So different versions are there. Anyway, we are using the latest version. Now, we are moving to the most important term. If you want to use a CSS, you must and should know the syntax, how the CSS is used in your HTML page. The three terms you need to remember is selector. What is mean by selector? CSS purpose is to apply a style to some element. So the selector is simply the element for which we are applying the style. So simply selector is HTML tag for which the style is applied. It any tag, either B tag, strong tag, table tag, TR tag, whatever it is. The tag that we are going to apply, that is called selector. Now, property means each and every tag has some attributes. That attribute is called property. That means which property you are going to apply. Suppose I am going to apply background color or text align or justify content. Which property? So the property is simply an attribute of HTML tag. Value, each and every property have some value. Suppose color red, do text to align center. So the values that we are assigned to the property. This is the syntax. This is the syntax you need to follow. Selector, property, value. For example, B is my tag. If you want to apply property B, text to align colon center. Now what happened? Wherever B appears, this property is applied to all the B tags. Not only B. Suppose here I am using H1. This property is applied to H1. So this is the syntax for applying style. Now, before applying this one, you need to understand different ways that we are applying the syntaxes, that is the types of styles. We have three types of style sheets. First one is inline, second internal, third external. Inline means we are using one style attribute inside the HTML element. Style attribute inside the HTML element. That means the property is applied to only one element. Internal means we are using style element in the sense tag. We are using style tag in the head section. Now this property is applied through the entire web page. External means we are creating a separate CSS file, and wherever we required on that web page, simply by using the link, we can use them. By using the link, we are using. Now, I will explain all these three with example. Then we will move to the slide. Now, so this is one HTML file. Within this file, what I am doing? First, I am going to apply inline. Inline means here directly within the body tag. Suppose H1. My tag name is H1. Directly apply the style attribute. Remember, if it is placed after a tag, that is called attribute. You can give anything, suppose color, some red, color red, semicolon. Multiple things are there separated with a semicolon. Yes. Now what you want? Suppose text align, center. So for the last one, semicolon is optional. Clear? If you want to place multiple attributes, that is multiple properties, you can separate with the semicolon H1. Now, welcome to inline CSS. Welcome to inline CSS. Now, H1, welcome to CSS. Now understand my concept carefully. Here the style is applied only for this H1. Even though H1 is repeated, but the style won't apply. That means if you want to apply a style for single element, you are using inline style sheets. Now paste the path here, execute. See, H1, the first H1 only the color is applied and placed in the center. The second H1, it is not applied. Not only one tag. Suppose I want some paragraph tag. Paragraph style is equal to what you want. Suppose color colon green. Next to text align is completed. Suppose background color some blue. Welcome. Okay, now save. Refresh. Observe, this is H1 with some property. This is normal H1. This is the background color is blue. And observe the text color. This is red. This is called inline CSS. Clear? Inline CSS means the property is applied to single element. Now, I am moving to the second one. What is the second one? Internal CSS. Internal CSS means a property is applied to entire web page. Sir, how to write? Within the head tag, remember, in the head tag, write the style attribute. In the head tag, write the style attribute. After style, if you want, you can write type is equal to text or CSS. Remember, that is optional. Even though you are not giving, the program executed successfully, not a problem. Now, what is the syntax we discussed? Selector. Suppose apply the same one, H1, color colon red. Next to text to align, center. Text to align, center. Now, coming to this one here, H1 is written, welcome. I written H1 one more time, CSS. Suppose write down one P tag, HTML2, Java, whatever it is. Okay, now what is the meaning of here? In the head tag, I created one selector H1. Now in the entire web page, where H1 appears, this property is applied to all the H1 tags. Previously, that is applied to single H1, but here applied to all the H1, but it is not applied to P tag, not applied to P tag. Refresh. See, first to H1 property is applied, second H1 property is applied, but the third H1, the property is not applied. You clear? This is internal. Not only one. For example, here I will write down body. Remember, body is also a tag. Now, whatever you return, here that is applied to entire body tag. For example, background color, green. Now observe this property is applied to H1 and P. For the entire, the background color of the body is blue, sorry, green. Now clear? This is called internal CSS. Now everyone clear with internal CSS and inline CSS. Now the next one is external CSS. Sir, what is the procedure of external CSS? The procedure is we are defining the styles at some place and that are saved with .css file. And wherever you required, simply you are importing. Understand the difference? Here we are returning H1 and body, right? Now these two properties are applied to this web page only. This web page only. Suppose these properties are again I need in another web page. What you need to do? Again you need to type. Instead of that, the properties that you want to apply for multiple web pages, those are created in a separate CSS file. How? See, file. I am creating one CSS file, sample.css. Clear? Sample.css. One CSS file is created. Within this one, what I am doing? Simply I am writing the property. I doesn't do anything. Simply I am writing the properties. Clear? Now, if you want to apply this property for, this is my first web page. This is my first web page. Remember, style attribute is not there. Style attribute is not there. In the head section, directly you are given link. Means we are linking this HTML file to the CSS. Which attribute? By default, the attribute is href. href. What is my CSS file name? This is my CSS file name. Clear? Now, link is there. REL, this is what is the type? This is a style sheet. This is style sheet and followed by type is equal to text or CSS. Anyway, this is optional and close the link. Now observe what happened. Observe what happened. Whatever the property is there, the property is applied. What are the properties? I have body is green color. For example, I will change. Check blue color. Body is blue color. H1 color is red. Do text to align is center. Save this one and save this one. Those two properties are applied here. Refresh. Observe changed or not. Changed or not. Clear? This is external style sheet. Now I will go to the slide. Observe carefully. Inline CSS is to apply unique style to single HTML element. Single HTML. Here style is attribute. Internal CSS means the styles are applied to a single HTML page. Previously single element, now it is applied to single HTML page. Here we are using style tag in the head section. Now external CSS means what is the procedure? You need to prepare one CSS file and saved with this one like this. .css. Now Within the HTML, style tag is not there. Directly by using the link, you are connected that CSS file. Suppose this is in web page sample 1. If you are importing that SA.css to sample 2, the same properties are applied. That means if you want to apply multi-property to multiple web pages, you are using this external style sheet. Now clear? So this is the way how do we create a selector, internal, inline and external. In the next session, we will discuss different types of selectors. Okay, that's the end of today's session. Thank you.